Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association Cup Series, coming to you live tonight from North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway, a 6/10 of a mile oval located in the hills of North Carolina, where these drivers will compete for 150 laps. Our weather tonight, it is currently partly cloudy, 72 degrees out, and that track temperature sitting at 77 degrees right now. Still a little bit warm for these drivers. You see these cars bouncing off the walls. Those cars are still a handful, but that track temperature should be cooling down as the evening goes on. The rules for tonight's event, these drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires, 75% fuel, and 1 quick repair to get this one done. And with that 75% fuel, it looks like the pit window for fuel is going to be sitting at 125 laps. So these drivers can make it on 1 stop. And a quick update on our points. Michael Prince is currently leading the points race with 347 points. Dawson Price in second with 331 points. Tyler Street in third with 310 points. Christopher Howe in fourth with 298 points. And Stephen Blevins rounding out your top 5 with 279 points. But it is a tight race, and once again, NORA does use the playoff format. So, looking back, the top 3 of the outsiders, once again, 12 drivers, will make the chase. Cole Shapesky sitting in 13th, Jared Kuno in 14th, and Tristan Haynes in 15th on the outside, looking in on the playoffs right now. And they are only 9 points separating each of those drivers from making the playoffs here. All right, and with that, practice has completed. Willie Smith was setting the fastest lap. I'm sorry, that was Samuel Reed laid down the fastest lap just before practice ended, as these drivers are making their way on track for qualifying now. Looking at Cody Sanderson, rocking a Jeff Gordon throwback paint scheme. I tell you what, I've seen a lot of Jeff Gordon throwback paint schemes tonight. This might be a tough race for the broadcaster with everyone having this similar paint scheme. You see Sanderson working the high line there, trying to find some speed. Our first group finishing up their qualifying runs. We're going to go check in with Braden Craycraft on track now. Rocking a Michigan football scheme here. And once again, it is throwback weekend for the NORA Cup Series. And what better way to do it than at the historic North Wilkesboro Motor Speedway? Look at Terrell Wheeler driving that number 43 car. As we're going through our statistics here, it looks like about half the field has made their way on the track for qualifying. We have half that is still yet to lay down a lap. Maybe some drivers opting to start from the back here. Once again, we're going to have about 30 drivers, just shy of 30 it looks like tonight, on the short track here at North Wilkesboro. That is a recipe for mayhem. Looking through some notable drivers missing. The one that sticks out to me most, though, is that 57 of Joseph Truskowski has yet to show up, but he is known for making an entrance late in this one and surprising everyone when he makes his way into the lobby. We see Seth LaCroix on track now, rocking yet another Jeff Gordon paint scheme. I spoke to him earlier this evening. He said he is running this paint scheme for his mom. His mom, a huge Jeff Gordon fan. Seth LaCroix good enough to take second, but we still have Tyler Street sitting on the pole position for the time being. All right, still 9 drivers left to qualify. We see Dawson Price now on track, rocking yet another Jeff Gordon throwback paint scheme, the T-Rex car. Once again, made famous in the All-Star race. It ran one race and then was banned by NASCAR. And looking at the 54 of Jamie Lee Dunning on track now. Dawson Price taking the pole, setting the fastest lap here. In that T-Rex car. Be interesting to see if he gets to run away with it like the T-Rex car did back in the day in the 1997 All-Star race when Jeff Gordon drove it. Stephen Blevins, the last car on track for qualifying. It looks like Michael Prince is getting ready to make his way onto track for his qualifying run. And not the way you want to start it, getting sideways, going across the line, front end damage. He's going to have to burn a qualifying lap to reset that car and try and make another attempt at it. All right, Michael Prince currently sitting 19th. It looks like the rest of the field is opting to not qualify, so we are going to head down trackside for our opening ceremonies presented by URA Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back, folks. It is 7:30, which means it is time for these drivers to begin gridding up. It looks like we're going to be just shy of 30 drivers tonight. We'll have 28 making the show here. And Joseph Truskowski not going to make his late appearance tonight, it appears. We're going to go through our official starting grid here tonight. Dawson Price will be rolling off first place in the 74. Tyler Street to his outside in second, driving the 4 car. Seth LaCroix will be starting third in the 29 machine. Joshua Edmonds will be rolling off fourth in the 17 machine. Byron Gay will be starting fifth in the 20. Jamie Lee Dunning will be starting sixth in the 54. In seventh, we have Tristan Haynes driving the 99. Stephen Blevins will be rolling off eighth in the 51. Cody Sanderson will start ninth in the 5 car. Christopher Howe will be rolling off 10th in the 87. Jonathan Dominics will be rolling off 11th in the 45. Christian Delgado will be starting 12th in the 13 machine. In 13th, we have Willie Smith driving the 8 car. John Fowler will roll off 14th in the 26. Christopher Foote will be starting 15th in the 21. Scott Leonard will be rolling off 16th in the 28 car. Joseph Miller is going to be starting 17th in the 16 car. Braden Craycraft will be rolling off 18th in the 000. Michael Prince will be starting 19th in the 31. Stephen Linger will be starting 20th in the 91. Chris Jones will be rolling off 21st in the 6 car. Terrell Wheeler will start 22nd in the 43 car. Chris Evans will be starting 23rd in the 23 car. Lee Lindemann will be rolling off 24th in the 19 machine. 25th will be Christian Light in the 96 car. Samuel Reed will be rolling off 26th in the 56 car. Mike Hill will start 27th in the 27 car. And rounding out your field in 28th will be Cole Shapesky driving the 9 car. As the drivers begin their parade laps here. All right, the pace car is off. We're getting ready to go racing, folks. Green flag is out. Dawson Price leading them down into turn 1. Tyler Street battling hard on the outside there, as they are neck and neck through the first corners. Tyler Street working that high side. He's going to get a nose out in front of Dawson Price now. It does appear that Tyler Street has cleared Dawson. Tyler Street, your leader now in that 4 car. Caution, caution is out. Looks like Christian Light involved in this one. We go back and take a look to see what happened here. Looks like Christian Light just losing it there. He bounces off the outside wall. Maybe a little bit of front end damage to that 96, but everyone else going to make it through cleanly. So looking at that 96 car, does not appear to be any major damage. It looks like he will get to avoid having to use that quick repair early on here. Sunk Track in here. Warhorse in the house. Glad to have you here, Sunk. After the first caution, Tyler Street will be your leader. Dawson Price going to move to his outside on this restart. Seth LaCroix will be in 3rd. Joshua Edmonds rolling off 4th. Jamie Lee Dunning will round out your top 5 on this restart, as we are getting ready to double them back up and get ready to go back racing here. We see Tyler Street, Dawson trying to work some heat into those tires. All right, so they've been given the 1 to go. They're going to double it up. Lights on the pace car are out as we get ready to go back green flag racing here. Green flag is out. We're back racing. Tyler Street taking off there. He has the advantage of being able to control these restarts as Dawson Price tries to hang on the outside there. Street is going to clear him. Seth LaCroix now looking to the inside of Dawson Price. Seth LaCroix getting a nose out there in front of Dawson. I tell you what, I'm already getting confused between these Jeff Gordon paint schemes. And LaCroix going to move to 2nd now. Look further back in the pack. Even back in the pack, they're getting single file here early on. 2 wide racing in the very rear. Looking at John Fowler and Scott Leonard battling it out for 11th or 12th place. I tell you what, there's a throwback Kevin Harvick scheme on the track as well. That is, I believe, Jonathan Dominic's correction. Christian Delgado rocking the throwback Kevin Harvick paint scheme. That is the paint scheme Seth LaCroix runs on a regular basis. Really going to confuse me there. They continue to straighten it out. see Willie Smith in that 8 car working that high line. He's already up 3 positions from where he started tonight, now up to 15th. He was fast in practice, did not carry over to qualifying. He's trying to make his way back up to the front as this race goes on. Trouble looks like the 26 of John Fowler caught up in this. And he is going to collect the field there. And that'll bring out our second caution of the night here on lap 13. We'll go back and take a look and see what happened here. It looks like he just made contact with, I believe it was Cody Sanderson, one of the Jeff Gordon cars. Some major damage to that 26 car there. We see the 26 of John Fowler now on pit road, getting some damage repaired. It looks like he's going to not use his quick repair, save that for later in the race, and he may need it. We're only 14 laps into this one, 2 cautions already. What is going on, Dakota? And thank you, Sunk Trek. I am excited to see that car tomorrow night. And once again, he is saying happy 250th. I would like to give a big shout out to any Marines watching. Happy 250th birthday, Marines. Hoorah. Don't get arrested tomorrow night. So Tyler Street is now still your leader. Seth LaCroix now in second. Dawson Price drops back to third. Joshua Edmonds in fourth. Jamie Lee Dunning rounding out your top 5. They are doubling them up, getting ready to go back racing here. Lights on the pace car are out. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. Tyler Street tries to take off. Seth LaCroix getting a great restart there. That high line not working for him, though. Is Tyler Street going to reclaim that lead and open up the gap here just a little bit? Street and LaCroix. Try that lead. Looks like we had an issue with Jamie Lee Dunning there. Looks like he got sideways. Was able to save it for the time being, but Cody Sanderson going to bring out the caution flag here. Let's see what happened with Cody Sanderson. It looks like Sanderson may have made contact with Braden Craycraft. Bringing out our third caution of the night here. It looks like they got... Oh, Braden Craycraft just getting underneath Cody Sanderson. Drove it a little bit too hard in that corner. Used Cody Sanderson for his brakes. KF Sim Racing saying we'll catch him in Victory Lane in Watkins Glen tomorrow. We'll be keeping an eye on that. We're going to step aside for a quick commercial break.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn one. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here.
All right, we are back. The field is doubled up. We're getting ready to go back racing here, folks. Pace car is off once again. Tyler Street going to lead them to the green flag. Green flag is out. We're back racing. Seth LaCroix with another strong restart, trying to work that high line. It looks like he's got a better run this time. He's going to get a good run down the backstretch. Maybe get a nose out in front of Tyler Street. Tyler Street going to hold on to the lead here, though. There's single file. We look further back in the pack. Joshua Edmonds now up to third place. Stephen Blevins in fourth. Dawson Price dropping back to fifth. Back in the pack, we still have some battles going on back there. A lot of double file racing. At 13 of Christian Delgado, though, making his way up to the front now. He's sitting in seventh, up 5 positions from where he started. And Scott Leonard in that 28 car, currently battling with Christopher Howe, is on the move as well. See Christopher Howe pushing that car hard. He is only up 1 position from where he started. Trying to find some room as he is underneath the 45 of Jonathan Dominics. You see a couple cars making a contact with that outside wall. Another car on the move. That 9 of Cole Shapeski up to 19th. Correction, 18th for the 9 of Cole Shapeski. He is up 9 positions from where he started tonight. And it appears that Christian Light may have had an issue here. See him going off track. We're going to go back and take a look, see what happened here. 96, we see him getting loose. Sliding down to the inside wall. No caution. We will stay green. These drivers have gotten it sorted out single file for the most part. We may be getting a long green flag run in here, folks. Make our way back up to the front. Christian Delgado still on the move. Now up to 6th. Caution. Caution is out. Looks like Cole Shapesky involved in this one. Take a look to see what happened here. Cole Shapesky just getting loose. He was stuck way down there on the bottom. He's going to get loose, bounce that car off the outside wall. A tough break for that 9 car. He was on the move. So that will bring out our 4th caution of the night here on lap 37. Tyler Street still your leader. Seth LaCroix in 2nd. Joshua Edmonds in 3rd. Stephen Blevins in 4th. And Dawson Price rounding out your top 5 now. What is going on, James Ortiz? We've seen some longer green flag runs, and these cars able to get single file here early on in this one. Once again, only one pit stop needed to get it done on fuel. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some cars heading down pit road earlier on to try and take some fuel and work some fuel strategy into this one. And once again, that pit window is 125 laps, so since lap 25, they've been able to make it on fuel if they were to pit. But the one thing on everyone's mind tonight has got to be tires. Short track racing, those tires are going to be important. Pace car is off. Green flag is back out. Another strong restart for Seth LaCroix. He slides up the track. Tyler Street will hold on to that 1st place position as they are double file behind him. Joshua Edmonds may have a chance here to get to the inside of LaCroix. LaCroix still up top there. We see Stephen Blevins in that 51 car. Trying to make his way up to the front. Christian Delgado now up another position to 5th currently. Delgado's one we got to keep an eye on here tonight. He has slowly made his way up to the front, up 7 positions from where he started. But our hard charger of the race right now, Lee Lindemann, back there just cracking the top 10 for the first time tonight. He is up 14 positions in that 19 machine. Delgado has caution. Caution is out. Might have been Joseph Miller involved in this one. Yep, and we see Joseph Miller getting sideways there. Looks like he had some help. That is our 5th caution of the night coming out here on lap 42. So still no takers on pit road. We've had enough laps to get these tires warmed up and start to wear away. I'm surprised we're not seeing some guys in the back maybe trying to work some strategy here, get on fresher tires, and try and make their way to the front with those fresher tires and at least get the track position. Once again, these drivers are being given 4 sets of tires, but it looks like no one wanting to use them yet. And this race is almost a third of the way done. And Ortiz saying he's rooting on the 6 of Jones to get in the top 10. All right, they are doubled back up. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. We're back racing. Seth LaCroix, strong on those restarts. He's still setting it high through that corner. This time he's going to be able to hang with Tyler Street. LaCroix's got a nose out in front. He's going to run the middle line, but Tyler Street going to get the drive off and run away with it there. Looking back in the pack, here comes that 87 of Christopher Howe, making his way up to 4th now. Christian Delgado falling back to 7th on that restart. Braden Craycraft in that 0 car, that Michigan paint scheme, making his way up there now. Oh, correction, that is not Braden Craycraft. That is, might be Tristan Haynes in the Michigan, in the 99. That is Tristan Haynes, also rocking a Michigan paint scheme. We see Christian Delgado having more issues. Looks like he is, yellow flag is out. Christian Delgado involved in this now. It looks like there may have been contact, but Delgado just gets loose, slides down to the inside line. Right along with Christian here. I don't know if he made contact. He just slid up, tried to get back to the gas because he had to let off when he slid up the track, and sends himself around. Tough break for Delgado. He was having a good night. Now we're seeing some drivers back in the pack. 19th to 24th. Heading down pit road, Cody Sanderson, Christopher Foote, Joseph Miller, Stephen Linger, Mike Hill, and Chris Jones making their way down pit road. So now some pit strategy coming into play. Got to be taking these, trying to get some fresh tires on here and finding some speed that these guys up front are not going to have being on old tires. So Tyler Street still your leader. Seth LaCroix in second. Joshua Edmonds in third. Christopher Howe making his way up to fourth now. Stephen Blevins back there in fifth. Lights on the pace car are out now. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Green flag is out. Seth LaCroix, another strong restart there, but Tyler Street holding that bottom line. LaCroix going to make contact with that outside wall. Tyler Street looks like he's going to hang on to that first place position. Christopher Howe has made his way up to third and has gotten to the inside of Seth LaCroix now. Now charging to the front here, up 8 positions, knocking on the door of second as he and LaCroix battle it out. We see Christopher Howe starting to wash off up the track a little bit. He and Seth LaCroix almost made contact there. This could be trouble here. Caution. Caution is out. Looks like Christian Light going to bring out this caution. You see him getting sideways, hitting the inside wall there. Major front end damage to that 96 machine. Some of the leaders now making their way down pit road. Jamie Dunning on pit road. Looks like he may have caught a little bit of something. That splitter looks a little bit beat up on that 54 car. Everyone else still opting to stay out. We're going to go ahead and step aside for another quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show. Whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd, Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly low, race pro. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back. The lights on the pace car have been turned off. They are doubled up. Tyler Street will lead them to the green flag yet again. Pace car dives down pit road. Green flag is out. Tyler Street getting a strong restart there. Right back to the yellow. Looks like Christian Delgado had an issue on that restart. Delgado in that 13 Kevin Harvick throwback scheme there. It looks like he just spun his tires. So right back to the yellow flag here. I tell you what, it looks like these drivers are going to start getting more aggressive. Time winding down here in this one. And not a whole lot of passing. Once we get actual green flag runs, everyone gets single file. It's hard to pass here. Still no takers on pit road, especially up front there. See, the only car on pit road under this caution is that 13 of Delgado, who brought out the caution. Delgado quickly getting that car serviced, trying to get back out in front of that pace car. You don't have a lot of time to bring your car down here and work on it under caution here at North Wilkesboro. They were doubled back up. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Pace car will dive off. Tyler Street still your leader. LaCroix in second. Christopher Howe in third. Dawson Price in fourth. Joshua Edmonds rounding out your top five. Green flag is out. We're back racing, folks. LaCroix with another strong restart. He just cannot hang on the outside through turns 1 and 2. He slides up the track, gives an inch to Tyler Street. Oh, Tyler Street bobbled. LaCroix's going to go to the lead here now. Street bobbled. Christopher Howe and Dawson Price end up going 3 wide with him. Caution is out. Looks like Mike Hill caught up in this. We go back, take a look, see what happened here. Looks like the 54 of Jamie Lee Dunning just got a shot in the back, and he flies forward while he's trying to brake, gets in the back of Mike Hill, sending him around. Mike Hill running another Michigan paint scheme. A lot of Michigan paint schemes out here tonight as well. I know it's throwback weekend here at NORA, but it seems like it's Michigan weekend here at NORA as well. That will be our 9th caution coming out here on lap 73. So Seth LaCroix now your new leader. Tyler Street in second. He manages to hang on to second after that bobble on the restart. We're going to take another look at that here. Street just getting loose coming off of turn 4. That is a very minor mistake, but a very costly one for that 4 car. I tell you what, the way Christopher Howe and Dawson Price got alongside him, he's lucky he did not lose more positions there and was able to get that car back up to speed. All right, the pace car is going to dive down pit road. Seth LaCroix in charge of this one. Green flag is out. They are neck and neck going into turn 1. We see Tyler Street really trying to keep it down low there to hang with Seth LaCroix. We have a drag race down the backstretch. LaCroix going to get a nose out in front of Street. Here comes that 74 of Dawson Price as well. He was to the inside of Christopher Howe. Howe hanging on the outside. Dawson Price and Christopher Howe touch. Christopher Howe goes around. Howe and Stephen Linger come to a rest on the front stretch. Irene LaCroix over on Facebook saying, let's go 24. Oops, she meant the 29 car. Loving the paint scheme. Irene, it's a little bit confusing because we've got, Seth LaCroix's regular paint scheme on track too is someone else's throwback. So we're going to go back, take a look, see what happened here with Christopher Howe and Dawson Price. It looks like Stephen Linger's spotter, fell asleep on that one. A lot of other drivers able to avoid the 87 of Christopher Howe. Unfortunately, Stephen Linger did not get the news till it was too late. So Seth LaCroix still your leader. Just before that caution came out, it did appear that that 4 of Tyler Street was gaining on Seth just a little bit. Street may be the quicker car here. Stephen Linger and Christopher Howe going to pull back onto the track here. It will both be a lap down after getting repairs done to those cars. All right, and the lights on the pace car are out. They are doubled up. We're getting ready to go back racing here, folks. All right, the green flag is out. They are off, racing down into turn 1. LaCroix's got that inside locked up. He and Tyler Street still battling it out. And LaCroix going to take sole possession of that first place spot through turns 3 and 4. Tyler Street not ready to give up yet, though. LaCroix now able to pull away just a little bit from Tyler Street, get that pressure off of his back bumper. We are still double wide back in the pack here. You see the 51 of Stephen Blevins getting sideways here. And caution is out. It's like Jamie Lee Dunning, Christopher Foote, Chris Evans, Jonathan Dominics, Willie Smith, Christopher Howe, Christian Delgado, Chris Jones, Stephen Linger all involved in that one. Go back, take a look, see what happened here. Absolute parking lot on the back stretch. That is our 11th caution of the night coming out here on lap 86. We see Stephen Blevins now pulling that car down pit road. Heavily damaged front end for the 51 car. So quick look at the pit strategy here. Our top 7 still have yet to pit. They are on old tires. Samuel Reed and Cole Shapesky both pitted back around lap 38, 37 for these guys. They are on fresher tires. They both, I do believe they were both involved in an incident early on in this one. But on these fresher tires, they may be able to start making their way through this pack. Those top 7 still have yet to pit. We are getting ready to go back racing. Pace car is off. Seth LaCroix will lead them down to the green flag. Green flag is out. Seth LaCroix going to take off here. Tyler Street sleeping a little bit on that restart. Seth LaCroix pulls up in front of him through turns 1 and 2. Looks like we were about to have an issue back in the pack. Christian Delgado appeared to be off the pace. Everyone jockeying for position back in the pack, but moved back up to the front. Tyler Street trying that low side on Seth LaCroix. Not going to get there. Caution is out. It appears an issue with Scott Leonard and Stephen Blevins. Looks like Scott Leonard makes contact with the 87 of Christopher Howe. He goes around. Pulls that car right up in front of Stephen Blevins. Stephen Blevins almost involved in that as well. And good evening, Christina. Hunter, glad to have you here as well. And yes, we do have a lot of caution laps in this one. We will step away for a quick commercial break.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
All right, and we are back. The lights on the pace car turned out yet again. They are double file. The pace car just dove down pit road. We're getting ready to go back racing. Green flag is out. We are back underway here. Tyler Street with a solid restart there. He's got a nose out in front of LaCroix, and it looks like Tyler Street may take the lead back here. LaCroix trying to hang on. Joshua Edmonds moving up to third now. You saw how far LaCroix washed up the turn there. LaCroix pushing that car hard. Looks like Steven Linger and Byron Gay causing an issue back in the pack. But we will remain green. As LaCroix pushing that car even harder. Joshua Edmonds going to get to the inside of LaCroix as Tyler Street goes back to the lead. And they get it sorted out here up front. Tyler Street will take the lead back over. Seth LaCroix to second. Joshua Edmonds in third. Yellow flag flies for the 13th time tonight. Looks like Michael Prince and Cole Shapeski involved in this one. Once again, Michael Prince, your points leader. Not what he needed here. Go back and take a look, see what happened there. He just makes contact with Cole Shapeski. Looks like Prince just came up on Cole there. We're going to go back and see what happened here with Steven Linger right after the green flag as well. Looked like the 20 of Byron Gay getting sideways in front of him. Steven Linger once again with nowhere to go. Linger may be firing his spotter after this one. Once again, looking at the pit stops, that top 7 refusing to come in here. And with all these caution laps, they may have been able to make it on fuel here. So the lights on the pace car are off. They are doubled back up. Tyler Street back to the lead. LaCroix in second. Joshua Edmonds in third. Dawson Price in fourth. And Tristan Haynes rounding out your top five. Tristan Haynes cracked the top five for the first time tonight. Green flag is out. We are back racing, folks, as Tyler Street and Seth LaCroix head down into turns 1 and 2. Tyler Street getting that nose out in front. This is where we've seen him get by Seth LaCroix through turns 3 and 4, and he's not going to complete it that time. It looked like he may have gotten loose there again, but Seth LaCroix getting extremely loose. He goes up into the outside wall, and LaCroix going to fall back here. And now LaCroix going getting sideways yet again. That will bring out the caution flag. You go back and watch that and see what happened. It looked like the 19 of Lee Lindemann and Seth LaCroix making contact. Now seeing an issue with Joseph Miller as well. Seth LaCroix now going to come down pit road looking for some fresh tires and fuel. The rest of the top 7 going to stay out, though. And we're going to step aside for another quick commercial break.
At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated packages. Batteries not included.
All right, and we are back, folks. Tyler Street still in charge of this one. Dawson Price now in second. Joshua Edmonds in third. Lee Lindemann in fourth. Tristan Haynes in fifth still. As we get ready to go back green flag racing. And I have received confirmation that those top 7 are good on fuel to the end. And it appears that the tire wear is not as bad as we thought. That top 7 looks like they are planning on going flag to flag. No pit stops here at North Wilkesboro. Green flag is out. We see Dawson Price getting a good restart there. Not sure if he jumped the start on that restart as he works that high line trying to get by Tyler Street. No black flag for Dawson, so that was a legal restart. Tyler Street's still going to hang on to it, though. And caution is out. Michael Prince and Christian Delgado, as well as Stephen Linger and Samuel Reed caught up in this. Looks like it may have all started with Samuel Reed here. He made contact with Christian Delgado. Collecting Michael Prince is Stephen Linger coming around at the end as well. I do got to say, it does look like Stephen Linger is either going to fire the guy that did his brakes this week or his spotter, because he is not getting the information on these incidents. And that will bring out our 15th caution of the evening here on lap 112. Tyler Street still your leader. Dawson Price in second. Joshua Edmonds now in third. Lee Lindemann. Keep your eye on Lee. He is up 20 positions now to fourth. He has went from the outhouse to the penthouse here tonight. I don't think he is done gaining positions either, as he will restart to the outside of that 17 of Joshua Edmonds. All right, and the pace car is off. Green flag is out. Dawson Price, another strong restart there. Tyler Street on the bottom, trying to hang on to that lead. He gets through that turn quickly. Dawson Price, though, should get a good run down the backstretch here. Not good enough, though, to go into turns 3 and 4. Tyler Street going to retain the lead. A little recap for you guys. 15 cautions here for 60 laps. I saw Travis Niemann in the chat wanting to know how many caution laps we have run. So it has been about 50-50 between caution and green flag laps here. As they have got it sorted out single file. We're going to see if they can go for the last 30 laps. Caution free. Steven Linger. Caution is out. Trying to figure out where that caution came from. Looks like a slow car on the inside here. I do believe that was Byron Gay, slow on the inside. It was Byron Gay getting loose coming off of turn 4. He sends it down to the inside, bringing out our 16th caution of the night. We will step aside for another quick commercial break.
Welcome to Rebel Racing Network, the premier destination for professional iRacing esports broadcasting. We bring the virtual track to life with high-energy race commentary that captures every pass, every pit stop, every photo finish. Our team of expert broadcasters delivers real-time analysis, strategy breakdowns, and the excitement of wheel-to-wheel racing. And before the green flag drops, we set the stage with our signature pre-race flyovers, showcasing each circuit with stunning cinematic visuals that make you feel like you're there in real life. Whether you're chasing a championship or cheering on your favorite team, Rebel Racing Network covers every story, every series, and every unforgettable moment. From grassroots leagues to top-tier championships, we bring passion, precision, and performance to every broadcast. Subscribe now, watch live, feel the rush. This is Rebel Racing Network, where the action never lifts.
All right, and we are back. So our 16th caution of the night. Tyler Street still your leader. Dawson Price in second. Joshua Edmonds in third. Lee Lindemann in fourth. Tristan Haynes in fifth. Braden Craycraft currently running sixth. Jamie Lee Dunning in seventh. Mike Hill running in eighth. Seth LaCroix has made his way back up to ninth after his incident. And Terrell Wheeler running in 10th. As we get ready to go back racing here, that pace car just diving down pit road. They are doubled up. And a green flag is out. We saw Tyler Street and Dawson Price maybe touch there. As they head off racing down in turns 1 and 2. These Apex Racing guys, they've got that restart, timing that restart figured out. They just cannot hang on through turns 3 and 4 on that high side. Tyler Street retaining the lead yet again. As they go single file, we're going to head back further back in the pack. A lot of two wide racing here. We see Byron Gay, after his incident, bringing out that caution, charging through the pack, trying to get back up to the front. He's sitting in 12th now. I do believe that was the 23 around sideways. Chris Jones off the pace there. I do believe he did get sideways. Go back towards the front. Joshua Edmonds looks like he might have gotten loose there. The 19 of Lee Lindemann tries to go to work on that 17 of Joshua Edmonds. Edmonds feeling the pressure here. And Braden Craycraft going around. Bringing out our 17th caution of the night. Craycraft looks like Craycraft just got loose here. He goes around, bringing out the caution here on lap 131. All right, so it appears when we go back green flag racing, only about 15 laps left to go in this one. Tyler Street still in charge of this one. Dawson Price to his outside, though, on the restart. We're going to see if Dawson Price has been saving a little something for the end of this one here. He is good on those restarts, but 3 and 4 just absolutely kills the momentum for that outside line. Shapesky now entering the chat, rooting for Tyler Street. Shapesky currently sitting on pit road trying to get some damage repaired. I do believe his race is done tonight. They are double back up. We get ready to go back racing here, folks. Pace car is off. We saw a little blink for Dawson Price there. Green flag is out. We're back racing. Tyler Street taking off. Dawson Price trying to work that high line. Not going to work for him this time. Tyler Street leads the pack down into turns 3 and 4. Caution. Michael Prince involved in this one. Your points leader not having a great night tonight. It looks like, I don't know if he just got loose or hit a bump in the track, but that car just whipped around on that 31 of Michael Prince. Not what he wanted to see here. That's going to bring out our 18th caution of the night here on lap 136. And look who has made his way back into the top 10. That 29 of Seth LaCroix is charging here. He's got fresh tires after his incident. All right, and the lights on the pace car are out. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Will be 8 to go when they take the green flag. We're going to see if they can make it to the end. Green flag is out. Tyler Street taking off. Looks like Dawson Price was caught sleeping there on the outside line, or maybe in the wrong gear. Joshua Edmonds now goes to second, and everyone else behind them jockeying for position. Dawson Price finally got that thing going, but he is back in third, and Jamie Lee Dunning now pressuring him. Caution, caution. Trouble back in the pack. Looks like Byron Gay, Mike Hill, and Chris Jones caught up in this. Looks like Byron Gay just coming up the track. Across someone's nose, he gets turned. That's going to bring out our 19th caution here. I do believe that will set up a green-white checkered finish. Tyler Street in charge of this one. Joshua Edmonds sitting in second. Dawson Price in third. Jamie Lee Dunning in fourth. And Tristan Haynes rounding out your top 5. Seth LaCroix has made his way back to 6th. And Christina Edmonds back in the chat rooting for Joshua Edmonds. Christopher Howe going to get his lap back here. We see the blinking continuing for Dawson Price here under caution. Christina, the vet team is having a good night tonight. Seth LaCroix also making his way back up to the... He's in the top 6 right now. We're going to see if he can find anything on that high line to crack the top 5 before this one ends. As the pace car dives off down pit road and we get ready to go back green flag racing. Green flag is out. Joshua Edmonds, a great restart there. Jamie Lee Dunning going to the outside, though. Tyler Street able to move in front of Joshua Edmonds. I think Jamie Lee Dunning jumping to the outside just killed Joshua Edmonds' momentum. Had to check up before he slid up the track into Jamie Lee Dunning. Caution is out. Braden Craycraft crashing on 149. Craycraft just getting loose there. I gotta go back, look at this one. Because I think the leader crossed the line. The leader crosses the line right there. There goes Braden Craycraft. And I'm waiting for confirmation here. It appears that we are still going to get overtime. By the rules, that incident should have ended the race, but it appears they're going to reset them and try one more time. All right, and the lights on the pace car will go out. We're getting ready to go back racing as they double them up. We're going to set it up one more time. Pace car is off. Green flag is out. Joshua Edmonds not as strong as a restart there. And Jamie Lee Dunning getting into Joshua Edmonds, sending him sideways, bringing out the 21st caution of the night. Jamie Lee Dunning running a little bit higher than Joshua Edmonds thought. Gets him turned around. He collects Seth LaCroix and Lee Lindemann as well as Cody Sanderson. So with that now, Tyler Street is in first. Jamie Lee Dunning moves to second. Tristan Haynes moves to third. Christian Delgado moving up to fourth. We haven't talked about him since probably the midway point of this one, but he is here at the end. Dawson Price sitting back there in fifth. Scott Leonard in sixth. Christopher Foote running seventh. Stephen Blevins in eighth. Terrell Wheeler running ninth. And Jonathan Dominics rounding out your top 10. An update, it appears that Lee Lindemann having an issue, maybe an internet issue. He has to jump to the pits here after a solid showing for him. Got to be frustrating at the end of this one having to jump to the pits. Looks like they're still trying to get it sorted out. We're going to wait. All right, they've got it doubled up. Green flag is out. Tyler Street taken off. Christian Delgado in second. And it appears some confusion on that restart. Caution. Looks like Stephen Linger caught up in this as well as Seth LaCroix. Oh, Stephen Linger, wrong place, wrong time yet again for him. Looks like that kicked off with Seth LaCroix. Watching this restart, Seth LaCroix goes inside that 31. Not sure what happened there with the 31 car. We're going to ride along with the 31. It looks like just a big checkup on that inside line. LaCroix tries to move back up the track to make that corner, and he was not clear. All right, and this will be our second attempt at overtime here tonight. As they reset the field yet again. Tyler Street in first place, Christian Delgado in second, Dawson Price in third, Tristan Haynes in fourth. Green flag is out. It looks like another checkup on that inside line. We're going to stay clean here through turns 1 and 2, though, as Tyler Street maintains his lead. Christian Delgado feeling the pressure from Dawson Price. Yellow is out. Mike Hill and Cody Sanderson caught up in this one. And that is going to do it. They will take the white flag here. So Tyler Street, Chris will finish first. Christian Delgado in second. Dawson Price in third. We go back, see what happened here to end the race. Mike Hill in that 27. Looks like he just got a shot in the back, got him out of shape there. As the top three make their way around the track. And we will get set up for our interviews here. And Tyler Street going to burn it down after a dominant night. And we will move on to our interviews. We're going to start with our third place finisher, Dawson Price, driver of the number 74 car. Dawson, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Congratulations on a third place finish here. We were watching you throughout this race. You started on the pole. Seemed like you were falling back. How tough was it to get back up to third place, even if you were just 1 or 2 positions back?
Part of the night early on, it was pretty tough. Just passing's pretty rough here, with the progressive banking and just the lines and all that. But there, after I don't know, maybe 50, 60 laps, I found some more speed in the car, and it was honestly faster than it was starting off. I fell back originally to save a little bit, kind of see how everything was going to go, and then we started getting cautions, and then more cautions and more cautions. But after getting that extra speed that I found in the car, it wasn't too awful, but it was definitely intense.
All right. Well, and then your teammates, you had your teammates around you pretty much all race. Unfortunately, they were caught up in incidents. Let us know what was going on the team radio there towards the end.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they got taken out there. Somebody had run into Dunning, and then he slid up into Josh, and then that collected me and Seth. They got it worse than I did, but it's really unfortunate that happened. You know, you kind of wish that didn't happen because I know for a fact all three of us would have been at least top five, if not, you know, top four there with the speed. It's just a unfortunate circumstance, and coincidentally is with Keystone, and you know, like not a lot of beef with that, but it's like, you know, come on, I got wheel damage from that. I had it in it to win it. You know, it's unfortunate. I hate it for them a lot. They got screwed over in that, and then once again, I get to watch them get taken out, and then I'm here in third place again. You know.
Yeah, they may be getting a little bit jealous, but we're going to let you get on out of here, buddy. Before we do, anyone you want to thank?
I want to thank the Apex boys, racing me clean, having a good time out there. You know, just having fun. And thanks to my dad, who owns Pridecom, sponsoring the dope car we had this weekend. So that's about it.
All right. We appreciate it, buddy. We're going to let you get on out of here. Have a good evening.
All right, you too, buddy.
Thank you. Once again, that was Dawson Price, driver of the number 74 car, finishing in third tonight. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Christian Delgado. Christian, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you guys.
All right. Welcome back. It seems like you were just here last week.
Something like that.
All right. We were focused on you early on in this race, especially because you ran the throwback paint scheme, which is someone else's regular paint scheme, was throwing me off all race. You know, you started back there in 12th. You were charging to the front, then got caught up in an incident, and then somehow managed to drive your way back. And I honestly kind of forgot about you. But what was it like driving back through the pack to take home a second place?
It was chaotic, guys, but yeah, I'm not a qualifying merchant. I don't know how to qualify at really any track here. So I was happy with the P12, but yeah. It was definitely chaotic. I mean, it's definitely hard to pass. But you can definitely make it work. You can really rip the top if you want to, but it does burn up your stuff, and you really have to really believe in the guy who's on your inside to not come up and wash you up into the wall. And then what I was doing is I was running really shallow in 1 and 2, and using kind of the apron out of the exit to kind of get the car yacht out enough to get on the gas on exit to get side by side with the top who had to run. And but yeah, I mean, it was definitely not easy to get through the field here, but yeah, I mean, it's just taking advantage of people making mistakes. And you know, there were some people who would see me go side by side and would overdrive the corner and just let me have it, basically just trying to keep side by side going in on the entry. But yeah, it was definitely interesting. You know, I definitely had my ups and downs. The reason I got caught up in that incident is I self-spun out of 2. I lost, my headset died. Midway, it was like going to green on one of the restarts. I was like, oh man. And I'm someone who's like a big audio person. Like I really can tell like how the car's handling based off audio. And so when my headset died, I was like, oh man. And so I ended up self-spinning out of 2 and giving myself even more damage than I already had from incident from another driver. And yeah, just knew I had to keep my head down and try to do what I was doing before and driving through the field. And luckily we got up here into a podium spot.
Well, it paid off, and that is a hard-fought second place. We're going to let you get on out of here. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Yeah, first of all, got to give a huge shout out to our primary sponsor, High Velocity TV. If you guys are looking for anything outside of Rebel Racing Network, make sure to email us at hvtvbroadcasting.com. But obviously, don't leave out Rebel Racing. Obviously, they do an awesome job as well. But also, I have to give a huge shout out to Delta Eagle Designs and Drace for everything he does with my schemes. Also, Complete Graphics, also someone who works on my cars here for the NORA Cup Series. Got to give a huge shout out to the Beam Team, Jeff, Matthew, Carter, Gavin, Peter, everybody over there. Thank you for being who you are and pushing me to be best person I can. Got to give a huge shout out to Steel Car Detailing for everything they do. Got to give a huge shout out to FFC and McLeod and Pingus and all those people over there, Braden, Demos, Frank, Michael, Milo, everybody who is always supported me through all these endeavors that I do here, whether it's broadcasting or racing here in these leagues. Lastly, got to give a huge shout out to the people over at twitch.tv/ChristianBoss13. Guys on mine, drop me a follow over there. You know, we do a lot of content over there, but they've been here since day one before I even started league racing and stuff, so couldn't do it without them. Lastly, got to give a huge shout out to all the admins, Tyler, Tyrell, everybody who runs the show here at NORA, not only for the Cup Series, but the ARCA Series. Definitely couldn't do it without them, you know, putting in the time and trying to make things right. I know that this race definitely wasn't the best looking, probably not only for us drivers, but for you fans at home. But, you know, I think the admins have learned what they need to do moving forward, and obviously couldn't do without them. But lastly, got to give a huge shout out to you guys over at Rebel Racing Network for everything you do, putting on this great broadcast. Can't wait to go back, do some homework, and hopefully come up here and get to talk to you guys some more.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it, buddy. We appreciate it. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, guys.
Thank you. Once again, guys, that was Christian Delgado finishing second in the 13 machine. We're going to move on to tonight's winner, though. Driver of the number 4, Tyler Street. Tyler, it's Austin up in the booth. You got me?
I do.
All right. Congratulations on a dominant victory here. 131 laps led tonight. We were watching you and Seth LaCroix battle it out for that first place position. Seemed like all night after these restarts, he would get a little bit better restart than you most of the time, be able to hang with you through turns 1 and 2. Then turns 3 and 4, you just drive away from him. Take us through those battles.
Yeah, the biggest thing that would kill me, every restart, like you said, it would have you, if you were on the outside, it would have you kind of lag back from the leaders because it tells you to keep the leader's pace. So every time that he could go, when it would go green, obviously he had a little bit more run, and top side gets more momentum than bottom side does. So that's what killed me every time. But I had to make sure to just get through 1 and 2 really smooth, and to just kind of use my kind of like safe skill of it to just kind of roll through 3 and 4. And if I stayed bottom off of 4, it would have a lot of drive off of the bottom where it wouldn't like push high and shove me up in the wall. So biggest just kind of learning of that basically. And I've done a lot of laps here the last couple of days of just trying to learn what I need to do on braking and some brake bias and that stuff. And a big shout out to Byron also for helping me on brake bias for tonight, because what I had for tonight was really, really nice for when we had the longer run.
All right. And yeah, we did see Seth LaCroix. You talked about being smooth through the corners. You did get loose coming off of turn 4, and LaCroix was able to take the lead. What went through your mind after seeing him struggle on that high side? Pretty much every restart.
A lot of bad words, honestly, because it was very frustrating of when you run consistent laps of where you can do all right, and then all of a sudden that just the car just loops itself basically, more or less, where it just doesn't have you use the same throttle input, and then all of a sudden it just kind of like loops it all together. So very, very frustrating when that happened, and very nervous when it happened, because I figured I was going to lose a lot more spots than I did.
All right. Well, and you were able to hang on and take the win. We're going to let you get on out of here and start the celebration. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
I got to thank 567 Graphics for this awesome throwback. I love Dale Jr. Always been a big Dale Jr. fan, and I had to do a throwback scheme to him for him. And just big thank you for him. Big thank you for Trail and LGR Motorsports for we're a big team, we all like to help each other and try to do good with each other as it is every week. So big thanks to that. Big thanks to this league. They're putting this on every weekend. I know we have a lot of frustrated drivers at most of the time, but it's still just really cool to do this every weekend. And then obviously got to thank you up on the broadcast booth. That's love doing the broadcast every week, because it makes it really nice to just go back and watch, and you learn off these little mistakes that you do every week.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, man. We'll let you go start the celebration. Have a good night, buddy.
Thank you, too.
Thank you. Once again, that was Tyler Street, driver of the number 4 car, taking home the win tonight. We're going to go through our official results. Once again, Tyler Street took home the win. Christian Delgado finishes second. Dawson Price in third. Fourth place, we had Tristan Haynes. Fifth place was Scott Leonard. Christopher Foote comes home in sixth. Stephen Blevins finishes seventh. Terrell Wheeler finishes eighth. Braden Craycraft will finish ninth. Michael Prince finishes 10th. Jonathan Dominics finishes 11th. Chris Jones will finish 12th. Byron Gay will finish 13th. Cody Sanderson comes home in 14th. Chris Evans finishes 15th. Mike Hill will finish 16th. Christopher Howe finishes 17th. Joshua Edmonds at 18th. Chris Jones will come home ninth. I'm sorry. Samuel Reed will come home 19th. Jamie Lee Dunning finishes 20th. Seth LaCroix finishes 21st. Joseph Miller will finish 22nd. Stephen Linger finishes 23rd. Lee Lindemann comes home in 24th. Cole Shapesky finishes 25th. Willie Smith finishes 26th tonight. Christian Light will finish 27th. And John Fowler will round out your field in 28th. And I'd just like to give a big shout out, big thank you to all the fans watching tonight. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night for the NORA ARCA series live from Watkins Glen. That will kick off at 9 p.m. And then we are going to be right back here on Wednesday night for the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series live from Worldwide Technology Speedway for 80 laps. And then we will be right back here next Sunday night for the NORA Cup Series. For the NORA Cup Series live from Watkins Glen next Sunday as well. And I'd just like to thank everyone once again for tuning in. Make sure you hit like, follow, subscribe wherever you're watching. Go check us out on Facebook to keep updated with everything NORA and Third Coast Racing. And I would also like to give a big shout out to the Marines watching. Happy 250th birthday, Marines. I will be celebrating with y'all tomorrow as well. And we will see you back here tomorrow night.